people, you're welcome to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Michela Ono. I am onto Michela's Hub. Today's videos or the stories I have on the lineup for you today. The first one is about a PDP zonal chairman and the senatorial candidate and others who were beaten and chased that off from a meeting in Enugu State because they did not provide enough funds to mobilize youth. Not be smart in Peter Obi rally the cause for Nigeria now. Controversy, confusion in the people's camp. I don't know how I got to campus. Anyhow, you're gonna see that video. And another video I have on the timeline for you, lineup for you. It's about Festus keyamo. For those who do not know about Festus keyamo, he's someone who is the spokesperson for APC campaign. Can you imagine that same person that is openly on national TV channel, to be precise, endorse Peter Obi? I love in Burundi. This one is exactly the case of who God has blessed, no man can cause, whether you like it or not. That will be this case. God is about doing something. I will go see, I will go witness some. That's it be. And the third one I have for you is about Yoruba women. Don't be saying as young girls, old women in Yoruba land campaigning for Peter Obi in Yoruba. See, this one is unbelievable for me, because if you had told me this like 8 years back, I would be saying it is impossible. But this is to the extent, you know, that God is behind everything that is happening right now in Nigeria. Everybody don't throw away tribe. We don't throw away whether we don't want to know. We just want a better Nigeria. We just want Nigeria to work because we are all tired. This is what they explain it. Or if not, what else? And the next one, but not the least, you will see that video too. So the next one, but not the least, is about this woman that came from abroad with the husband and the daughter to Nigeria for visitation. No, now so calamity to strike. This woman was kidnapped by bandits or Fulani herdsmen, taken to their deep forest. In short, what this woman went through for the 6 days or so that she stayed in captivity. Ah, God, you need to see this video. I cannot, in short, I'm not feel evil talk. You will see it yourself and you let me know what you think on the comment section. Okay, people, we're going to go straight into these videos. But first, if you've been able to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I want to say thank you very much and God bless you real good. And for those of you who have not been able to subscribe, God bless you real good as well. But please do try and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, do not forget to turn up your notification bell so that anytime I drop other gist to you go there preview to them. Also give me a thumbs up like my videos. Okay, people, without further ado, let's dive straight into these videos. Don't go nowhere, please. I'll be back shortly. Okay.
And 100,000 will cause in each local government. Of local government in 11 wards. I am an with local government in the more than 11 wards. Local government did 20. You mean when a local government get with 5,000 naira. Each ward get with 5,000 naira. And we see it that this kind of leadership cannot continue. And one way they say mobilize their youth. They see from each local government, the block local government, of 100,000 naira they each local government. That cannot happen. At this point, we are declaring Okosan incapacitated to hold our local government. PDP, please, I know what my fellow friend said. Okosan, cut this man out, sir. You can't
calling government, so we cannot second guess. Atiku Abubakar has never held any government position where he makes the final call. He was vice president. He was not the chief executive. He was never governor. He was never anything. Even Peter Obi is ahead of Atiku Abubakar. Peter Obi is ahead of him in terms of the capacity to make decisions. So how are we going to hand over the country to somebody who has never shown the capacity, who has never held a position where he makes the final call? The vice president does not make the final call. Atiku Abubakar is not tested, is not trusted. He has never held any such position. So Atiku, even Obi is ahead of him. Let me.
We hear you.
The driver felt the wagon's tires rupture and decided to park the car with the hope of changing the tires. It was like a film. In a GC, motley crowd of armed men in military uniform came out of the bush. They fired at the boot of the car. Ahead of us, 5 of them came out of the bush. Another 2 came from the rear. My daughter screamed, "Mommy, Daddy, what's going on?" There was no time to say a word. They marched us through into the bush, firing into the sky. They hit me on my chest, hit my daughter on her head. Blood oozed. At this time, it was better to kill me. I shouted at one of the armed men. His response was hell. He went straight for my private part, tore my dress with his gun. The others ripped my dresses. I was left with my undies. My husband and my daughter started crying. 2 of them dug their teeth into my breasts. While attending a secondary school in Adamawa, I had lived with some Fulani, so I understood a few Fulani words. I started pleading, at least for my daughter. To my shock, at gunpoint, they removed the dress of my little girl. One of them carried her on his head as a baby, on his head as my baby struggled, shouting, "Daddy, Mommy, what's going on? Help me!" I could not help myself. We marched for 9 hours. I was half naked. My daughter was totally naked. Her tears was like a stream of blood on her cheeks. Our phones had been seized. We ended up in an ungoverned region in the thick of the forest. We met a well-organized group. There were some kidnapped victims. I saw 2 women, 2 ladies and 3 men. There were some people with their legs chained to trees. They were as if half dead. We were separated. I was separated from my husband. My daughter was taken away. I only heard her screaming intermittently. I did not know what they were doing to her. These men, now about 2 dozen, had a full kitchen. They had a huge camp and a traditional medical team. How can they say they don't know where these people are? How can they say that? But the camps appeared isolated from each other. We heard noises afar, indicating it might be nuclear settlements of camps. Right in my presence, I saw them pack the remains of a woman. They took her and buried her a few meters away from us. She had tribal marks. I cannot describe the agony of 6 days in captivity in this little piece. I cannot talk about how they asked my husband to choose between myself being raped or his daughter being raped. My husband broke down in uncontrollable tears. One of them hit him saying, "Yoruba bastard, you dey cry, idiot." They now gave him an option that he should be raped by one homosexual among them. My husband, a devout Muslim. My husband is a devout Muslim. He told them that homosexual and rape of any kind was against Islam. They hit him with a butt of AK-47. What do you know about Islam? You can imagine, you are being asked to choose between being raped by a homosexual, your daughter just 9 years old, or your wife being raped. They gave the 4th option. If you fail to choose one, we would rape your daughter, rape you, the man, and rape me. the wife. I made myself the sacrificial lamb. My husband begged, saying they should name any price. One of them asked him to bend down. 3 beastly criminals sat on his back, jumping until he was too weak to stand. I was not allowed to put on any additional clothes. Imagine they rape you all night and they stop you from putting on any clothes for 24 hours. The rain fell once. I became a relic at a sexual museum for the armed men, who in turn addressed me and asked questions about my financial standing. New Fulani men joined the camp. They organized military training for the new Fulani men that came, teaching them how to shoot and walk through circles of glowing fire. They were not released until after 6 days. We were not released until after 6 days. We had to walk the same zigzag journey back to the main road, our eyes blindfolded. During the negotiation to pay, they said the money was not for them alone, that they had to settle those who sent them. For me, I see a thriving organized crime supported by powerful political interests. Now, I do not think we were released to freedom after paying a whopping 8 million naira. I do not think we can ever be free. We can never be free from the anguish, the psychological trauma, the nightmares we suffered, the occasional fits of my daughter, her waking up at night behaving strangely, her asking the same question over and over, Mommy, why? And I do not have an answer. In my life, I have never passed through a torture chamber like this. I do not think any society should let this happen. I do not know the fate of those we met and about 7 other people brought during the 6 days we were in captivity. What I saw was a nation that has collapsed, but pretends she lives. A people on life support. Crime is not restricted to Fulani people alone. We have Yoruba criminals, but I don't think Yoruba criminals are this beastly. These elements are savages. I can't imagine Yoruba thieves going to Sokoto or Meduguri to kidnap Fulani people and keep them in their own bushes. It gives me mental torture that this is happening, and some people are even trying to justify or look for excuses. Well, as a devout Muslim, myself and my family have taken solace in Allah. Not the Nigerian police, not the army, not the government. We have taken our faith the way it came, that this is supposed to be fate. I thank God that we successfully returned to where we live, thousands of miles from Nigeria. We thank God that we have made a vow. Never shall me, any of my children or husband in our lifetime visit Nigeria again. Our remains, anytime we die, will also not be buried in Nigeria. It was a suggestion my daughter made, which we all adopted. I pity the country. I pity her people who continuously walk like the living dead. I pity those who parade themselves as leaders because they know nothing about what is going on and the abyss the country is sunk already. I pity Yoruba people. Oh, I pity you. I pity my people. For me, the issue is not about President Buhari. Democracy can produce anything, even the worst in the society. What I worry about is the conspiracy of silence by the people themselves. The ignorance, the treachery, and the illusion that one day things will get better through another election. Since I was born in Nigeria, each year had led from bad to worse and on and on. I do not have a solution to what is going on, but I think very soon hell will let loose upon the earth as long as there is no law and order and anarchy and the rule of brutes in the order of the day. Once again, there can never be anything more comforting than my husband, who saw what I went through, but was able to encourage me, and even encourage me to write this little piece after months of agony and sociological imbalance. Good night, Nigerians.